Hey, can you hear me?
Wow, look at that. No, I can hear you now.
Beautiful.
Hear me?
All right. Yeah.
Loud and clear.
How are you, Dal?
I'm very well, Jared. How
Yeah.
are you?
You look so like chilled. Are you still in holiday mode, darling?
No, I woke up probably like 30 minutes ago.
You look so well, darling. You look so well. I'm really happy for you. And I'm really grateful that you're joining me today here on my journey as a wellness coach, Dal. You know?
I'm honored. I'm honored. It's
Yeah, I'm just
gonna be
like
fun.
because we can just have a laugh and we're not serious, and it's good, you know.
Yeah, just like
Also,
it's like a catch up. It's like a catch up, right?
yeah, it is.
After so
Yeah.
long.
So, today we're just going to talk about like the significance and power of movement, why it's important in the fitness and wellness,
Hmm.
industry. And I'll throw in a bit in about, the gut microbiome because that's my focus now, So,
Okay. That'll be nice for me to hear too as well. I don't really know too much about the gut.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, microbiome. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's our second brain. So the thing is, every second person I've met, they've got a problem with their gut, Mike. And it's really
Mm.
concerning. It's really concerning. So we'll just start off. What steered you in the direction you are to become a personal trainer for strength training?
Sure. So how I became a trainer was to do my early uni years. I was hitting the gym a lot during that time, a lot of free time, and I spent so much time there. A couple of my close friends said to me, "Mike, you spend so much time at the gym. Are you a trainer?" And I thought, "No, I'm not." He goes, "Why don't you become one?" And I just like had that kind of split moment of realization. Just go, "Wow, maybe I should." Because naturally, I found myself like helping people in the gym. Like the friends I made friends in the gym, and usually like go out of my way and help them, and we'd like train a lot together. And then I guess from there is passion kind of evolved. And during my time in uni, that's when I said, all right, I'm going to pursue personal training or something in the fitness industry after my degree finished. At least I get that done first. Yeah, the, that's how
Wonderful.
I became a PT.
I love it. I love it. And I remember the first time we worked out. I was like, Cherie, animal. I'm like, yeah. I just love it. I've just loved
it
it.
was a it was the Q-Max, right? The
Yeah,
Q-Max.
sweetheart. I just love it. I love it. I love the connection. And it's like, because I haven't seen you in years, and it's like we've just met up again. And it's lovely
Yeah.
to connect.
Hmm.
And,
It's been a very, very long time.
it is years. It's been years.
Yeah. This was before the COVID, right? Before
Yeah,
COVID
it
happened.
was. It was.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, COVID was horrible, eh? You know,
I totally agree. Totally agree with you.
but then it forced us to look inwards at ourselves,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So many change for a lot of people.
it did. It did.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So how long you been a PT for, sweet?
Nearing a decade now. So 9 years,
Wow,
almost 9 years. Yeah.
that's awesome. And you love it? You love it? You look so good.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No.
Yeah. Most of the time I do love it. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh, yeah. Most of the time. It's got great perks to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your following's grown. It's all, was it organically? Did it grow organically or word of mouth or
Yeah. So word of mouth, mostly referrals. I wouldn't say my following is that big, but yeah, it's been mostly from referrals. And yeah, word of mouth, like you said.
yeah, yeah. And you live it too, don't you, Mike? You live that lifestyle. So the thing is you want to show people and help them, you know?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
absolutely,
That's what I want to do.
100%.
Yeah, I live what I'm like my mission pretty much is to help people and like a system to be better in
Yes,
themselves,
that's
you know?
that's right. Yes,
Totally.
absolutely, totally agree.
Yeah.
To be a better, stronger version of himself. Yes.
Yes, and authentic.
Hmm.
Authentic, uh, and also empowered. Empowered's the word, because a lot of people
Hmm.
are so afraid. It stems from childhood that you have this fear of kind of stepping forward and being like yourself, you know, and you've got to break through that barrier.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
it is. And you're brought up a certain way, but there are other things outside the box, you know,
Hmm.
once you
Yeah.
step
It's taking
out.
that first step. That's the hardest part. That's right. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
taking the
it's a
first step.
step, but it's small, but it's huge
Yeah.
impact. That's
100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll move on to movement. So why
Sure.
do you think that movement's really powerful in the health and fitness industry and to your clients? Why do you think it's important?
Well, I believe that if you don't move, you're old. So this was a quote I heard from some guy that I watched a video from online a long time ago, and it just kind of stuck to me. And I thought, uh, i- if you see, to give example, right? Sometimes you walk down the park and you see like these old Chinese people, and they're doing the Tai Chi or they're swinging their arms up and down. Just they're actually pretty smart. They're keeping the body uh, pretty mobile, pretty healthy just by doing those kind of things. And yeah, it seems silly, but in long term, inc- I'd say increases their quality of life for a longer period of time. Being able to move about freely without any pain or issue is something that we probably take for granted because we're still young and we don't know
Mm,
that being immobile has a lot of disadvantages and can make your life a little bit that more challenging.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. You move it or lose it. That's the saying.
that's a good say.
I
Yeah,
move it or lose
yeah.
it, actually. So,
Speaking of moving, yeah,
yeah, I love this. I love it.
yeah.
Well, my dad used to say, if you don't move it, you lose it. He had 3 massive heart
Mm,
attacks at
wow.
44. Yep,
Yeah, that's such a young age too. Yeah.
I'm 47 now, and he passed away, God bless him, a couple of years ago. But
Yes.
if he didn't
Condolences.
change his lifestyle and start moving, he'd be dead at probably, I don't know, 55 or 60,
Mm,
and he lived like,
yeah.
yeah, old fashioned Aussie life, like, the dripping from the bottom of the tray when you do roast dinner and you dip the bread in and stuff and you eat it. And
Yeah.
healthy. And he was smoking how many packs? 5 packs a day.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah. That's the one.
and he had me at 44. And it was just like, you need to, he just wake up call. He nearly died the third time. So that's a wake up
Mhm.
call. We should be moving, we should be training. Any type of movement's good. I do think
Absolutely.
get the blood flowing. But yeah, so I'll put my bit in about the gut now, if you don't mind.
Sure. Please. Yeah, I would like to hear about it.
Even moderate or low to moderate exercise actually is healthy for the gut area, because it brings the blood flow down to that area
Mm,
and promotes a healthy environment, right? So whatever we put in our mouths, it's not just about eating, it's about getting the blood flow as well, and without causing any harm to that area, and reduces inflammation. So there's people who do have inflammatory diseases like type 2 diabetes, and rheumatoid arthritis, things like that. That reduces that when they do exercise and make some type of movement, because you're getting the blood to the area and you're releasing, you know, all the stress from your body, and then you get the feel-good hormones come in, you know, like dopamine, serotonin, and all of that. So that makes you feel good when you move.
Mhm.
And not only that, you have a big head after you know, do a session. And, you know, resistance training.
Absolutely.
Yes, I can see it growing. Um, and then resistance training can not only increase the muscle mass, so this is in regards to the strength training, and it can increase the metabolic rate. For those of us that are not scientific, the resting metabolic rate is the amount of energy that your body like needs to like expel or take back while in a resting position. So you can still
Mhm.
be burning. You can still be burning. Would you agree? If you're in,
That's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
you go, sweetie.
oh,
Sorry.
sorry. No. No,
You
you
go.
gotta continue on.
Um, so what's the philosophy or your approach when you're working with your people, your clients?
My philosophy or approach. I would say, well, because a lot of times I'd probably say 100% of my clientele are Gen Pop, so general population people. So either they want to lose weight and look great, build their self-confidence, be more confident in the gym, develop a healthier lifestyle, or B, they are skinny and they want to build muscle and gain weight, uh, develop, also a better confidence and have a healthier lifestyle. I just train hard, eat well, be consistent. Um, it's kind of like you have to change a lot of things. You change a lot of your lifestyle to become a better person. You replace certain habits with other certain things, and yeah, that's kind of like my, I guess, approach with clients. It's simple. It's really simple.
Yes.
Train hard, eat well, sleep good, make the changes that you need to do to be the
Yes.
person that you want to be.
That's
Right?
lovely. And would you say it's like a growth mindset too? You know, like they're
Hey,
already
so
growth mindset. So do you think they're ready for the growth when they come to you?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because they people go see a trainer or coach to seek help for a certain change that they want in their life,
Yeah.
right? So as much as like maybe our family members and loved ones, as much as we'd like to help them, uh, sometimes it has to come from within for
Mm,
them to make that change.
mm,
So like of course I'd like to get my mom and my dad to, be a little bit more healthier, do
yeah.
some regular exercise and,
Yeah.
maybe eat some healthier foods and all that. But sometimes they don't want to listen.
Well,
So
you
yeah,
know,
you know how
you're
it's like.
half Pinoy, I'm half Filipino. That's
Yeah,
really hard,
yeah,
man. We love our pork. We can't
that's
do
right.
anything about it. So
Oh
let's
yeah, I love it too. I love it too. Just gotta limit it. You
hard. And rice
Mm.
is life. Rice is life all the time.
Rice is life. Rice is life. Yeah, I'm still eating that rice. I'm still eating the rice.
Yeah, same. Same, but moderation. I change my rice.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, it's all to do in moderation.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, if you want to lose weight, calorie deficit. If you want to gain weight, calorie surplus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know
We all
what we
know,
should
but
be
it's the
doing. It's just
practice.
we need that reminder.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, totally, totally. And I don't know if you cut things out, but I don't cut anything out anymore. So
Mhm.
I have everything in moderation. So I don't feel guilty about it. It's this kind of negative thing, it's a negative thing.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. It's almost like an eating disorder. Is that what you're referring to?
Almost like that. And then it's like this
Mm.
mindset that it's so restrictive. And even though I do intermittent fasting, right, which is great for the gut, there's all these different things you can do to reset the gut, because when you're in basically 17 hours of fasting, your body is regenerating its cells. So you got nothing there. The stomach goes, oh, I'm just going to regenerate, and I'm waiting for all this lovely food and lovely nutrients and everything to come in, you know? Yeah, and feed your body organs. Yeah, I'm so fascinated by it, the science, you know. But when I'm fasting, to break it, I have to eat good proteins or good fat to break it, not a whole huge meal. But I only do the big fast when I'm not moving. And that's a part of movement too, and non-movement, you know, if that makes sense. If you're doing a huge fast and your stress hormones through the roof and you're already exercising, you're putting the cortisol hormone stress too high because you're already exercising and you're restricting at the same time. So what I'm trying to say is that intermittent fasting is really good, but not for everyone. It just depends on what they want out of, like, what they want as outcomes or results. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, I totally agree. I like how you said that. It's not for everyone. It can be a good tool for some people to implement.
Yes.
But yeah, it's definitely not for everyone.
No.
And it's just like with all the different diet fads out there. You just pick and choose which one you can sustain the most. Yes. Sustainability.
Even I just did a talk on a paper, low carb diets. So like if you had type 2 diabetes and but it caused cardiovascular disease, and it lasted 12 months. It diminished after 12 months. When you're on a low carb diet, you're restricting again. That's the thing. And I just think that's silly. You know, how are you going to make all this movement? How are you going to have energy for movement, if that makes sense? You know, if you're restricting. So you need your energy. You need the energy, Mike. Wouldn't you agree?
To an extent, I think it depends on the person's goal, perhaps.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the person's goal for sure. Yeah. So from a I guess a train's perspective, on if a clientele wants to lose weight, then we're gonna have to restrict that energy intake.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And get them in a calorie deficit
in terms of weight loss.
So lose weight.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the outcome is. But is it?
Yeah, but if it's for like the maybe like an everyday, you're maintaining, you know, your current health, your current levels, then yes, having some carbohydrates is definitely fantastic. Low carb, I don't like low carb, but I know some people do.
Yeah.
It just depends on the person.
Just depends on the person. I did dabble in some ketogenic, but I found it not sustainable. You just can't do it.
Oh, no. Kidneys. Yeah, it's like that.
It's only for a couple of weeks, like 8 weeks to do it, and that's it. You can't do it long term. You can't do it. But for me and one of my clients, intermittent fasting worked, you know. Yeah.
Fantastic.
It works.
It's really good to hear.
It works. Well, one of my other clients, he had colorectal problem for 4 years. He went intermittent fast. He went to his doctors, and I worked with him, and he told his doctors he's dropped weight within 6 months, and then he's upped his fasting slowly. So his cycle fast, so he does 16. He went from 12 to 16, because in men it's different hormonally. We have a different makeup. So cortisol levels, the stress hormone will be different to mine. Women stress out more too. I do think, they're more overly emotional. I can say that I am sometimes. He started fasting after 1 week. It went, Mike. It went away after 4 years of problems. Unbelievable.
After 1 week. That's unbelievable. That's very incredible.
Yes. And I told him, don't drink too much coffee as well. You know, like because it's a diuretic. Anything, as we said, like moderation, honey. You know, I said
Hmm.
you need to keep hydrated if you don't have anything in your body. That's the important key, is to keep hydrating, because you're losing a lot
Yes.
of fluids, and you lose about 500 mils every time you go. That's half a liter.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot, sweetie. So
Yeah, it's a
far
lot.
out. Anyway,
Especially if you're exercising too. That, yeah, yeah.
yes, and especially now the weather's getting hotter, you know.
Hmm.
And look behind me. I wish I could just go in there virtually.
Is that the Philippines? Is that Palam?
Yeah, I freaking wish. I just wanted to ask a few more things. So, how do you tailor your programs to meet your clients' needs and goals? Like, is there any specific program, or does it depend on each individual person, honey?
Most of the time, it will depend on the individual person. Yes, there may be some similarities, like the, the sequence of exercising, but they have to do it to how their body moves.
Mm.
So, yes, ideally, we'd like to have textbook form kind of technique, but some people just don't move like that. And I have to tweak a little bit, like maybe the angle, the way their stance is
Oh.
to yeah, to their body. Uh, a lot of times the fitness program will depend on client's end goal.
Mm.
And yeah, obviously we like to think long term as well. So if say someone that's doing like they just want to do strength phase, they want to build strength, you're doing heavy lifts, low repetitions, long rest times. Someone that wants to lose weight, uh, there's multiple venues that you could attain this. I choose more like a almost like a bodybuilding esque type of training, just general weight training,
Mm.
uh, combined with a bit of 1 or 2 days of hit training on the side. Whereas for a strength athlete, someone that wants to get strength, I wouldn't give a hit at all.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So it can vary, but almost similar in a way. Just small variations in the program.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can you
hope
provide?
that answered your question.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah, because it depends on what they want, isn't it? Like, you
That's
know,
right. Yeah, nowadays, like a lot of my female clientele, the ranges they would like to have, maybe thicker, shaped legs, nice bum.
yeah,
They're not too concerned about upper body. Of course, if I gave that to guys, they're like,
to be like,
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? There's
I
something
have
wrong
a
with
butt already.
you. A lot of us don't.
Oh, I love you, Mike. It's so funny. Can you provide any example of like successful clients in like recently that you've been a part of?
Successful clients? Well, if you mean by success, like helping lose weight, uh,
Like helping them
I
achieve
had, I had,
their outcome, like their desired outcome.
yeah, absolutely. Had this one guy. It was a kind of like a joint effort with another coach, but I helped this one guy help uh, attend his first kind of bodybuilding show. Yeah, for men's physique. That was a very memorable one. But that was maybe like earlier last year, I think it was, not recently. Another one that I have recently is helping this couple lose weight for their wedding.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was about yeah, it's small wins in life, maybe like about 5 or 6 kilos. To to me, it's like this is great, this is awesome. Uh, you can see how their face lights up, uh, they feel more confident, they feel more energetic. It's very small wins. Another guy that I train in the mornings, he I've only been training for about 3 months now. And he just goes to me, Mike, the people at work, they're noticing my body change because he wants to build muscles. They're noticing my body change. They say I'm getting bigger. And now just kind of seeing him say that, it is like a fire that's in his eyes. And it makes me quite excited for him, actually. And yeah, I just keep telling him, keep going, mate. Don't stop.
Mm.
You're on the right path.
I think I
Don't
love it.
stop.
That's lovely because then you're like, oh my God, I feel so fulfilled, like as a coach,
Yeah.
the trainer. Yeah, that's what you do
That's
it
right.
for.
Yeah, that's one of the best rewards you can get as a trainer.
Yeah.
It's like anything small that your client comes up with, they say, and they're really excited about some kind of small change. It feels good.
Oh,
It feels, yeah.
you just feel so good, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have that feeling a lot too. Yeah. Every time I have
Hmm.
a session with my clients, I feel that. And then they meet up with me later. So I've only just started for 3 months. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not long at all, right?
No,
three
and
months.
I've already had a couple of leads, and I'm just like so grateful. Just really grateful that I can try and assist people, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you assess your clients' current fitness levels? Sorry, this is the first time I've done this, but and determine their goals.
Yeah, sure. So with determine the goals, I ask them, what is your goals? What do you want? And sometimes you got to give them the hard as well, especially if you meet them for the first time. It's like, uh, what are your goals? Why are you here to see me?
Mm,
Right? And they sometimes be like, oh, I don't really know why. I have had experience with the parents. I don't really know why. And I told them, well, maybe are you doing this just for fun?
mm,
Or is there something deep down that you really, really want? So I try to dig that out from them. Otherwise, they just go like, "Oh, I want to lose weight. I want to build a bum. I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger." Yeah. And how do I assess client current fitness levels? I really don't nowadays. Actually, I
okay.
used to once upon a time, but then
Yes.
I kind of found out for myself that I don't need to uh assess their fitness levels because I'm not like a what do you call it? Uh, like maybe a sports specific
Okay.
or yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but normally people that come see me,
Have
they
that.
just say, I
Thing.
want to change. I want to change the way I look.
I get it. You want to grow with them.
Yeah, they just want to change how they physically look.
Yep.
Uh, yeah. So
Oh, good.
I do a movement assessment and see
Okay.
how their body moves, but not so much a physical aptitude test.
Yes.
If you, yeah,
Like
you get me.
exercise
So
physiologists do that. They do the aptitude.
yeah,
They put them on the
yeah,
treadmill, whereas you're more strength based. So you would do the movement.
yes,
So that's how.
yeah. Just see the yeah. So how I see them do the movement, and then as the session goes along, because the first 1 or 2 sessions, I'm trying to understand and get to know how strong the client is,
Mm,
and what works for them, what doesn't work for them. So yeah, it's more like, do you find this heavy? Do you find this light? Is it challenging enough? Out of 10, how difficult do you find this exercise? Questions like that, just so I know and gather more information.
oh, I think
Hmm.
that's good. You learn as you go, and whatever you're comfortable and fits with you, you go with that because it's less
That's
pressure
right.
on you. You know what in your heart, how you feel, and how you want.
Mm,
And if it works, it works. Whatever works for you, you just do it. It's less,
that's right.
and it's less stress too. and it's not, you don't want to listen to other people too, because they're not the ones doing it. You're doing it, if that makes sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Do you do like guidance for nutrition and stuff for your clients too? What kind of things do you do for them? Like in terms of, for example, weight loss, if someone wanted to lose weight, what kind of nutrition and guidance would you give them?
Oh, absolutely. So with nutrition, I just because I'm not a nutritionist or dietitian,
No,
right?
yes,
I just dabble just a little bit on the surface about nutrition and kind of like how they should be eating.
yes,
Uh, like if they ask me, I'm like, I would like to have an idea of like what I'm eating, blah blah blah. I said, oh, no worries. I'll just type out like a very simple and basic kind of like eating plan that they can follow,
okay,
right?
cool.
Of course, I don't know if I should say that online, and I would, because I'm
I
not
can
like
cut
a
it. I can
registered
cut it.
nutritionist. But yeah, it's just something very simple, something very basic
Mm.
that they can follow and use as a guideline.
Mm.
And yeah, and most of the time they just
Yes,
check in how like what's their weight sitting at, how's their body looking, and I would tweak their caloric intake just a little bit.
yes, yes,
So if they say, "Oh, I'm maintaining," let's say a weight loss client, I'm maintaining weight. It's been like that for the past 2 weeks, and I've been very consistent with my caloric intake. I've been on point with everything. Then I say, okay, maybe it's time just to drop it down just a little bit more, about 300
yes,
for example,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, and if someone wants to gain weight, yeah, add about 300, a
yeah.
little
And
bit on
you
top.
know, you can measure things with your palm as well and stuff like that. Or, you know, like
Yeah, that's a
you can eat half of your palm, or, you know, you don't have to have it, because people want it simple, right? You want to simplify it, you know?
yeah,
And if
yeah,
they,
that makes
yeah, and if your clients did need like any dietitian advice, you can get like there's like some sort of thing you can get from the GP, which is 5 free ones. So there's a tip,
mm,
because if they needed to know how many macros or how many micros am I doing, things like that, they'd be able to tell them that, you know. So
yeah, yeah,
how much protein do I need because I weigh this much, stuff like that, you know. Um,
5 things.
yes, yes,
Wow,
yeah,
that's interesting. I didn't even know that service existed.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because people are like, oh, it's so expensive. It's expensive, bro. So, you know, I always say, oh, try go with that, and they might be able to give you something cheaper. You know, they might say, oh, I can do it for this much for you. You know, depending on
mhm,
what area you live in, because it depends on
yeah,
the suburb. If it's an expensive suburb, they're going to charge higher because, you know, it's the rent and stuff, etc.
that
So
makes sense.
yeah, I know. So
Yeah,
um,
I've heard about that. Yeah, like the protein is like what 2 pounds or something,
yes,
and you put it together,
yep,
and
yeah,
yeah, and then the fat's like a thumb size.
yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah,
just little simple things. They're hacks, they're little hacks for people who aren't so. Oh, you're right. So people who aren't
yeah,
so scientific, you're a normal Joe blog, you know, and then you just go, look, it's this much, and then I just want you to eat this much. You could say that,
yeah,
like, you know, I do that with my clients, and they go, oh, you know, and you send them the
just
website it's come from so they can
yeah,
research.
just to give them an idea.
Yeah, and that way,
I like it.
yeah, I know, sweet. They're healthily accountable too, and then they're learning at
Mhm.
the same time.
Mm,
They're gaining knowledge, because you know knowledge is power, right? The more
mhm.
knowledge you have, the more power you have. So the thing is, you learn, and it's so good, this growth mindset thing, because if they're in that mindset, they're like, oh wow, I want to learn more, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just workouts, that work. Yeah.
Positive, positive.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be touching into the calories, right? recording every single
Oh my
recording every single item that they put in the
God.
mouth. And, yeah.
Me, I don't count my calories. I just watch how much I eat.
That's good. Yeah.
I know in myself, and I've been mo moving and interested in all this stuff for years. It stems from childhood because I was bullied for the size I was when I was a kid.
Mm.
I peaked early. So I'm like, you know, that's where it's come from because I want people to do it in a healthier way. That's what it is, you know.
Yeah, funny you say that because I was bullied in high school too
Don't
for being like a pretty.
know.
Well, yeah,
Yep, yep. And
yeah,
just
and
now.
then that's it, mate.
We look bloody
Look at
good.
this now.
And you want to feel good inside, and that's how I feel great inside, and I can see that you're glowing as well. Not just
Mhm.
way.
Absolutely, not just wide.
Yeah, that's it.
Going here.
One last thing, matey. How do you keep your clients motivated, and how do they maintain and accountable for the maintenance? Do you?
Um, Let me think. How do I keep them accountable? Well, it could be as simple as sending a text message saying, you know, or something along those lines. I was expecting to see you at the gym today. Where were you? Right? Because let's say I have a session the day before with them, and I say, make sure you come to the gym tomorrow, do the workout that I set for you.
Yeah.
And most of I'm at the gym the whole day, sometimes up to 12 hours. And each person has a certain pattern of time frame that they come in. And if I don't see that certain person, my client there, I'll be like, where were you? What's going on? Just small things like that. How's your eating? Yeah.
Mm.
You just follow up with them and see how they're doing. That's how you
Mm.
really keep them accountable.
You check
Yeah.
in. You check in and go, "How
Yeah.
are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Just
Yeah. Because like you get concerned for their well-being if they don't show up, something might have happened to them, or sometimes it's a mental thing. They might be going through some things.
mm, absolutely, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
yeah, we just have to sometimes be patient, but also uh firm.
Yes.
Well, that's from my perspective anyway. Yeah, this
Um,
is how do yeah, you gotta be
I,
firm.
I I'm firm but fair, but I can be like I'm empathetic too. I'm very empathetic, and all this is heart for me. It's just I
Mm.
always lead with my heart. That's my problem, but I always lead with my heart, and I put all my energy into everything, and sometimes it doesn't work, and if it doesn't, it's not for me, and that's what I tell my
But
clients. Yeah,
but that's good. Yeah, you put it all everything in once, and then if it doesn't work out, you accept it and move on. And
yeah,
I think that's how you just grow, right?
yeah, exactly.
From failures,
Yes.
you just yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to add before we wrap up, sweet?
Got nothing else to add on.
No,
Anything else about training?
no.
No,
I think we've
nothing.
covered everything going.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it was so
Yeah,
lovely
sure.
to see you. And thank you so much for this. Um, I'm just grateful for the interaction
That's my pleasure.
and
Thank
to
you for
learn
having me
your
as well.
perspective too. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
this is quite fun. This is quite fun. It's my first time doing this as well.
First
So
time too doing this.
yeah,
Yeah, I had to really ground
yeah.
myself. I was spraying everything. I was like, oh. All right. Well, you take care, Mike, okay?
All right. Thanks, Sherry. You too.
April. Okay. See you, darling. Bye.
Peace out. Talk soon.
Bye, mate.